Kris here, Hobie Centre pool, sure thing. Today we're going to be looking at fitting out a Hobie Pro Angler 14 2018 edition. So what we're going to fit is the H-bar, the deck pad kit, the Powerpole with the lithium battery, 2 anchor trolley systems, a Hook 2 4 fish finder, and a few other little bits and pieces as well. So let's get started. So for the next part of the installation, you're going to need to, if you're using a Pro Angler 12, you're going to need to use these little spacer parts. We're doing it on a 14, so we don't require those. Also, within the pack, you're going to notice that there's four long screws. 2 of them are probably about 1 centimetre longer, which will be for the Pro Angler 12. The shorter ones are for the Pro Angler 14. Again, Pro Angler 14 is what we're doing, so we're going to use those. Next piece are then these curved little brackets which sit inside. So go 1 and 2. Slot those into place so they line up with the existing holes on the back of the Pro Angler. Next part then is this loop here. You're going to go ahead, push your screws through, bolts through, and actually get those into position, and they will then be held with the nuts and washers. And again, whilst you're doing this at all 4 points, just do a light installation of the nuts until it's all in place. Then you can go ahead and tighten it up. Okay, so the next part is to actually get the main part of the unit into place. You've then got the cog dials, which sit nicely then into either side. And then your actual latch pin. With this, you'll notice that you have a clip on one side with a hole. That is for a release. So if your Powerpole spike goes down, gets lodged into the ground, or you need to release it quickly, there is a line which comes off from here which goes to the side of your seat, which you can pull, which will then release the whole unit to then be able to counter forwards and lever forwards to get you out of any situation very quickly. So with this one, you want to look at it and go whichever is your reeling hand or your rod hand, and just so it's going to be easy and quick to grab whenever you need to. This one I'm going to install, so the latch is going to go onto the right hand side. In all the way through, there's another little cog nut here, which you are then going to spin onto the end, and with this, just get it nice and tight in its closed position here. Once it is tight, you can then test it to make sure it's not going to go anywhere, but then when you leave it, you can then actually rock it forwards, and that's where our latch pin is going to come into effect. So the next part of the installation is going to be for the actual release. So this is for the quick pin on the side. We're going to take the loose end, we're going to pass it through the XL pad eyes, just to use those as guides. Then take the loose end, and we're going to go through the end there. You can use many knots for this, bowline, but as long as you do some form of beefy stop knot onto the end, just so it doesn't actually go through the hole, onto the end there. So now we actually have a remote trip. So when you're actually in the seat, you will need some adjustment for this as well. When you actually pull the string, that's going to come down to the end here, and then release it to allow it to pivot forwards. So next part of the installation, you're going to need a crosshead screwdriver. I'm going to be using some marine goop, but you can use some form of silicone sealant as well, and then the actual ball clip itself. And all you need to do is just establish where is going to be close to hand to be able to reach the trip for the Powerpole. So I'm going to go ahead and install it right here. Very easy install, but what you want to do is put your marine goop down first and just screw in the once. You can use a pilot hole for this as well. So the final part, once you've actually got the keeper actually screwed down to the deck, you just then need to actually adjust, because you've got quite a lot of excess line there. We're just going to move the ball up. We're going to leave a little bit of slack in the system, just so enough to get your fingers underneath. Pop the ball in, pull a little bit through, then we're just going to tie a figure of 8 knot straight in the end. Slide that down. So now we can pop that up, that over, and we're just going to test now that keeper's going to work correctly, and we can actually hook our fingers underneath, pull it, and then pull the clip to then be able to move the end up and down. And then from there, you've got the rest of the success, which we're just going to cut the end off. Ideally use a lighter or something like that, or if you've got a hot knife or something, just to clean the end up. The next part, and almost at the end of the installation now, you basically from this point, when you've ordered your Powerpole kit, you would have decided which battery and how you're actually going to run the Powerpole. With this one we actually have the lithium battery power pack. There is also, you can run it off a 12-volt battery, which then you would use this installation kit which comes with it as well. By far this one is a lot easier, it's just a plug in and play, charges quickly, it has a long lifespan on it as well. So what we need to do for that is there's a little keeper here which slots straight over the top. Within the pack comes an Allen key, and we're just going to tighten up the Allen key bolts here just so it pinches in, doesn't escape anywhere. So the next part of the installation and final part is to get your power pole spike in, click down so it goes in, and then you will actually find you've got two remotes. One which you can actually attach to around your neck or onto your buoyancy aid, the other which then you can then screw to the inside somewhere inside the boat. So you just want to calibrate those, check that they're actually working. You will find that the battery won't have a lot of charge in it to start off with, so it might be a little bit slow, so you've got to charge it up beforehand. But you can sit and hold down, push it down to its right height, double click down and it will go down, spike into the ground, find its correct point, and then hit double up to then bring it up to its correct height. And when it comes to remove the power pole, hold the up button which will get the rollers moving it up, keep your hand up nice and high because of the leverage, hold up, then take the pole out.